Okay, let's continue sharing about to make a training service as a business. Okay, as a business. I think this video is supposed to be the first video. Okay, anyway. Okay, if you want to become a trainer, okay, trainer first, okay, you must, at least you know you can conduct a training. Okay, the basic, okay. You know you can speak, you can deliver the training, and then if you don't know how to conduct training, you go for some kind of training to learn how to become a trainer. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you have the knowledge. Okay, you have the knowledge, you understand the knowledge very well, you have the hands-on, but maybe you don't have the skill to deliver. Okay, maybe you don't have the skill to deliver to the public in the form of training. Okay, but don't worry, you can go and learn. Okay, go for some kind of course. Okay, and then learn how to speak. Okay, how to present, how to deliver. General training. Okay, they basically training on public speaking. Okay, how to speak. Okay, and then second one, in Malaysia, if you want to capture bigger market, you must become an accredited an accredited trainer by HRD Corp. Okay, to do that, okay, you must go for a training provided by the training provider registered by HRD Corp to get the trainer certificate, TTT certificate, certified trainer, and then from there you have to meet some requirements. For example, you can apply to become the accredited trainer by HRD Corp. Because since last year 2025, only accredited trainer are qualified to conduct courses under the claimable courses under HRD Corp. Okay, to do that, basically go for the 5 days training, and then if you pass the training, and then you have two options. One, you prepare a training video for 4 hours minimum according to guidelines by the HRD Corp, submit, or you have to submit 120 hours training you conducted for you to be qualified as the accredited trainer by HRD Corp. Once you got it, you are competent to conduct training under HRD Corp approved courses. From there, you can capture bigger market. But why? Because in Malaysia, all companies, if they have all 40 staff, they have to pay the levy to HRD Corp. So they can claim the training 100%. Okay, they can claim the training. They can use that so-called the levy they paid HRD Corp to send their personnel for training. So normally trainer, either through the training provider, they can claim 100% most of the training. For example, my training program falls under the HRD Corp claimable courses, where I can claim 100%. Okay, 100% from HRD Corp for every training I conducted for the company. Okay, normally a big company, they're only looking for HRD Corp claimable courses for them to send the personnel for the training. Okay, so to my knowledge, okay, for the training, the fee is quite somehow for me quite attractive. Okay, for example, for the typical in-house training, okay, for the in-house training, the allocation is maximum 10,500 per day. Okay, for public training, maximum, okay, per person, yeah, 1,750 per day per person. Okay, public training. In-house training, maximum per day for organizations, 10,500 ringgit. Okay, for participants for public training, this one for classroom training, 1,750. For online training, is about, if not mistaken, 700 ringgit per person, online training. So that's one thing. You have to become the only accredited trainer who can qualify for that. Okay, and then the next one, okay, you have to develop again your own training module. Okay, that's why you got the training, the HRD Corp training, for to become the certified trainer and also accredited trainer. You'll be trained how to develop the training plan or training program. So you have to prepare your own training plan or training module, meeting all the requirements set by the HRD Corp. There's a guidelines there on what kind of information you should provide, okay, in your training program. Okay, and then next one, okay, again, okay, you have to either if you don't have any company yet, normally to claim for the Shadi Corp, must be through a approved training provider. Okay, so to do that, maybe you don't have yet, so you have to work together with any approved training provider. They can help you work together, set your arrangement. Okay, last time when I started, I don't have a company. So I work with my friend who is the approved training provider by Shadi Corp. Okay, of course I have to pay that company certain fee lah, right? Somehow. Okay, if they are there, because my training connected under their name, under their company. Okay, so you have to work on the commercial part between you and the TP. Okay, and then start to sell your training. Okay, start to sell your training. Okay, of course, the training provider, if you work with the big or reputable training provider, they will promote your training. But if you work with the just normal or a small kind of training provider, you have to work together with the training provider to promote your training. Okay, you have to, and then you have to help to get the participant, and then you learn. Okay, to polish your skills in training. Okay, doesn't mean you have to conduct proper training. You try to somehow find any avenue that relevant to your industry, such as sometimes if you have some experience, you have some connection, if you have in the right circle, you can go for kind of talks, talks, 1 hour talk, 2 hour talks about your topic, sometimes just FOC, sometimes just to build your confidence, in delivering training, unless you are very, very naturally talented or already experienced enough to deliver the training. But sometimes you have to build the experience. Same time when you go for this kind of talks, as a speaker or guest speaker, even at a university, even any events like seminar, conferences, okay, just for free sometimes. But then somehow you start building your reputations. People can see you. Oh, this person can talk very well in this topic, and this is how you can start to become more visible in the market. Okay, that's basically some of the tips to become a trainer in Malaysia. And then again, your training programs, should address certain market. For me, this is my experience. For general training, there are plenty of players. There are plenty of players doing for general trainings. Sometimes general topics, but you have some specialized topic within your certain experience or area of knowledge that quite unique. For example, for certain industry, they're supposed to be maybe your main attractions. That's be your main attraction. So normally for general training, there are plenty out there. So they're very, very competitive as well in terms of fee and so on. But if you're specialized, and your topic is quite unique, and the way you deliver your training is different compared to others, that will give you some edge against others, some advantage against others. So that basically my share. So training is a very, very, for me, it depends on what's your purpose. For me, my nature is I love knowledge. I love sharing knowledge. So training was my avenue. One of the avenues for me to do that. That's why I share what exactly I'm doing as a career. So my training is on energy management system. So I'm basically in my class. Basically I'm sharing exactly what I've been doing in my career. Basically. So don't worry, because for me, if you believe your topics or your area has some demand, try it out. It's quite somehow rewarding as well. It's rewarding as well. You can do it basically, but you have to get the right support system, your friends, your training providers, on to somehow to start to build your name, create your credential in the training business, especially on your own particular topic in your own industry. You cannot. It's more challenging. It's more difficult if you just do some kind of general, because there are plenty of people doing it out there. See you in the next video. I hope this video is full if you want to become a trainer.